You need to remember that everyone has their own fears, their own wounds, their own limiting beliefs that they learn based on how they grew up, the peers that they surround themselves with, the trauma that they've been through. And because of that, they may tell you something that is not true to you, but is true based on what they have learned. So if you go up to them and you tell them this big dream and this mission and this goal or life or even standards in relationship that you have, and they tell you, I don't think so, that sounds a little bit unrealistic. Are you sure about that? It is in those moments that it is essential that we remember that this may just be their own opinion, their own perception, their own projection of what they believe they can't do. And because they don't think they can accomplish this, they are worthy enough of this, then of course you won't be. Not because you're not actually worthy or it's impossible, but because they are trapped in the confines and the perception of their own reality. Hello y'all, welcome back to another video dedicated to help you break out of the cycle of toxic behaviors and relationships in your personal and romantic area of your life. In this video, we're going to be diving deep into why your perception matters and how to make sure that you become unbreakable and follow through with all the goals that you have without listening to other people's opinion. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. If you have a deep-seated goal of you wanting to accomplish something more, you know that you're meant for more and you have this mission and you want these standards and you've always dreamt big, but people have kept shutting you down and making you feel like maybe that's too much, then this video is for you, because I'm going to be helping you nourish that dream, learn how to continue building it without breaking down from your limiting beliefs that will try to make you feel not good enough. And anyone who has big dreams, goals, things that they want to accomplish will have to go through this phase in their life where they feel as if maybe they're being a little bit unrealistic. Maybe other people are right. Maybe they are dreaming too big. But the people that do not know how to overcome the self-doubt that let other people's opinions seep into their mind, that make them small, that make them dim their light, are the people that are secretly feeling bitter, are the people that are secretly unfulfilled in their life, trying to seek this fulfillment with other things. This video is meant for y'all who feel like you're keeping it small, who feel like you want to pursue more but you don't know how and you're unsure and you keep listening to every other people's opinions. Because that used to be me, and that kept me stuck for the longest time, where I was so afraid to just step out of my comfort zone. So the first thing that you want to keep in mind if you're ready to become successful, bold, big, and confident is that you have to let go of this feeling of comfort. Because far too many of y'all are way too comfortable procrastinating, pushing things to the next day, listening to other people's opinions, and just sitting in your misery without doing anything about it. Growth comes from discomfort because you are doing something that you are not familiar with. And when things are uncertain, things are ambiguous, that of course is going to be scary. Not because it's actually hard, but it's because you're not used to it yet. And so get used to the feeling that things are going to be different, things are going to change, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you want things to change for the good. You being successful, you being in a healthy relationship is not gonna look like the same person as you are today. No offense to your current version of yourself, but the truth is the habits that we carry, the way that we behave, the way that we react and respond to certain things, and the skill sets that we have need to change and need to align with the version of ourselves that are actually able to maintain the successful life. And I'll give you a personal example. One thing that I used to do back then is that I would make a list of 100 things to do every day. And if I wasn't able to accomplish all of them, I would feel guilty. I would feel like I didn't do enough, that I could have done better. And I would sit in my guilt and beat myself up and tell myself I should have known better. Why didn't I do that? I'm so stupid. Why did I do this? And it was like a cycle every day where I would put so many things on my list, not meet those expectations, feel guilty, try to overcompensate, and then afterwards burn out, because this cycle is not sustainable. And if Jeanette today were to do that and constantly guilt herself, I would not be in the position that I am right now. I would have most likely given up 4 years ago. Because imagine you are trying to work and you're at your desk and your boss keeps whispering in your ear every single time you made a mistake. Why didn't you do this yet? I put this on your list. I put this task on your list. How come you didn't do it yet? Are you stupid? Are you incompetent? You would probably not want to work at that job anymore. You would probably feel like, wow, this sucks. They're emotionally abusing me. And that's the thing. Some of us are still carrying beliefs, habits, and actions that are not serving the version of ourselves that we want to become. And so you want to get ready to let that version go. Understand that you are not going to be the same person you are today when you are successful. Now, number 2, the second thing that you want to do, very closely related to what I already said, is that you want to write down those limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck. Because these are the same limiting beliefs that will feel triggered when your friends, family, or other people in your life try to attack you on. Because everything's connected, and if we don't learn how to break out of these limiting beliefs and to heal these deep-seated wounds, we will find ourselves repeating these patterns and not being able to sustain our goals. Because our beliefs affect our actions, and if I still have that same belief and wound of I'm not good enough or I'm incompetent if I'm not constantly productive, then I would not want to post. I would not want to put myself out there. One of the things that I had to overcome is knowing that it's okay to make mistakes, knowing that it's okay to show my progress, because I was so afraid that other people would judge me. Other people will tell me that, oh, I missed a day, I didn't post consistently, I didn't do XYZ. Maybe she's not taking this seriously. Maybe she isn't good enough. But these are just the beliefs that we have that are holding us back. So I want to ask you, and I want to give you a second to write down your beliefs. What do you think is truly holding you back? What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of happening? Sometimes people are not even afraid to fail. Some people are just so afraid to succeed, because if they succeed, they're afraid that they can't sustain it. They're afraid that they won't be able to fully take responsibility and morph into the person that they know they have to. And if you want to learn more about that, comment down below, because I'm more than happy to make a video about being afraid to succeed. But after you write down your limiting beliefs, the third thing that you want to do is you actually want to write down what it's going to cost you if you continue to believe this thought. And this is actually one of my all-time favorite exercises, and I first heard it from Vanessa Lau. But the thing that you want to do is that you want to write down what it's going to cost you if you continue to believe this limiting belief. Because the thing is, our brain is more wired to avoid pain than seek pleasure. So what that means is that if you tell yourself, I want to be successful, I want to have high standards, I want to have a healthy relationship, your brain is not going to feel motivated to go towards those goals, because they don't feel as if they align with you yet. There's no sense of urgency, no sense of drive. Well, maybe a little, but it won't feel as motivating as avoiding the pain points that you have. So one of the pain points that I had to write down is that if I don't make mistakes and share my progress out there, then I won't be able to reach the audience and work with the clients that I dream of. I won't be able to be the version of myself that I told that I tried everything. I wouldn't have been able to build a community with 300,000 of y'all across Instagram and TikTok and be able to share my message and help so many of y'all in your relationships and personal area of your life. And if you think of the things that it's going to cost you, whether it's your peace, whether it's your ability to make the money and provide for your family, then you have a reason why. Which leads us to number 4. Fourth thing that you want to keep in mind is understand the reason why you got started in the first place. Why do you want to grow? Why do you want that healthy relationship? Why do you want more in your life? Why do you want to be successful? And I want you to dig deep, and I want you to truly understand what it is for you. Is it money? Too generic, dig deeper. And don't get me wrong, money is not a bad reason for success in your business, but there's something deeper behind money, because money is always connected to an emotion that we want to feel, that we want to gain access to. Whether it's to feel free, Whether it's to feel autonomous, to feel independent, to feel confident, to feel powerful, or even in your relationships. Why do you want a healthy relationship? Is it to build a family together? Is it to be able to nourish emotional connection and have this type of intimacy and love that you always wished you had growing up? What is your reason why, and make it strong? Because this is going to drive your actions when sometimes you don't feel like showing up. We all have those days. Some days we just don't want to do the damn thing because it's tough. It's tough showing up sometimes, but that doesn't mean that it's time for you to quit. It just means that discipline, consistency is going to matter more. And discipline and consistency is what's important. It's a form of self-love and form of self-respect. And some days when you find that drive again, you will feel motivated, you will continuously do it regardless, and you will find those pockets of win as you move forward. And not only that, but when you find your reason why, when other people try to come to you and shut you down and make you feel like your idea is too big or you're asking for too much, you will understand the reason why you did this in the first place. Because you know your reason. You are clear on why you got started in the first place. Other people, they're confused because someone that's confident, someone that has big dreams and goals themselves and they're working towards it and they're actually successful, they will not dim your light. They will not tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, because they know what it's like to be down there and become successful, to reach for their goals, to find that drive upwards. But number 5, now that your mind is in the right place, you're ready to step out of your comfort zone, you broke out of some limiting beliefs, and you understand why you're here in the first place, then we want to move on to some practical steps, because we feel a lot of energy, buzz, emotion, and you're probably feeling so ready right now. But motivation, unfortunately, is not sustainable. Like I mentioned before, there will be some days where you don't feel motivated. And in those pockets of moments, we need to refuel that momentum to get you keep going, which means creating moments where you can celebrate your small wins. If you feel like you need to do everything all at once after this and you just throw everything everywhere, you watch a whole bunch of personal development videos, things that will help you grow, things that will make you successful, and you try everything all at once and you feel like it just didn't work, it's not that it doesn't work. It's that you have no clear direction or path or roadmap to get you where you want to go. All amazing things need some planning, need some structure, need to have a roadmap on what that actually looks like. And so what I want you to do is I want you to write down 3 of your top goals and break those goals down into smaller, digestible pieces so you can create small wins in your life. Because those small wins are going to drive you initially, especially when things get hard in the beginning. So for example, if I have a goal on building emotional independence and I want to be that girl, I want to be confident, then the first thing that we want to do is break down what that looks like and create smaller steps on how that can be accomplished. So maybe I'm not just magically being confident and showing up to work the next day as a whole different person. I'm raising my hand, participating, talking to everyone, feeling all cheery and charismatic all of a sudden. Probably what's not going to happen. But what we can start with is, number 1, maybe making a small decision for ourselves to wear something that makes us feel good. Put on our makeup, get dressed up, or even just make breakfast that we love so that we feel good when we go into the office. Maybe learning to say no to a couple of things, or maybe even learning to say yes to a couple of things that we've always wanted to do. It could be something small like telling ourselves we want to go on a walk every day for 5 minutes for 7 days and doing that. And then when we constantly do that, it's a small win because we are showing up for ourselves and we are following through with the promises that we told ourselves we would keep. And that builds self-trust, which means building confidence. But with that said, if you are looking for more in-depth guidance and want to get clear on a roadmap on your next steps and you're ready to take that next step forward, book a clarity call, link in the bio. But comment down below if any of these steps resonated with you and which step you're on right now. This video is a bit different from my usual personal development or healthy relationship videos. It's still under the umbrella of personal development, but I will say it's more on the business side of things. But if you like videos like this and you want to see more of that, comment that down below as well. But subscribe for more, and as always, you got this. Please subscribe. It would help so much, help me build and expand our community and give you more resources and build better videos for y'all. So it would mean so much if you would hit the subscribe button if you like any of my videos.